I'm here near the intersection of Casino Center and Fremont Street, and as you can see, it is shut down. It was no longer safe for us to be at the intersection. We could see the tear gas. We could start to smell the tear gas, so we made our way over here. Now, it's not clear when police are going to break this up. Right now, it looks like they're allowing it to happen. Construction training facilities like this one are normally mostly men. How a Las Vegas woman is trying to help other women break through the glass, or in this case, wooden ceiling. I spoke to one of those teenagers who was hired here, and he said finding a summer job this year wasn't easy. Metro says there's a couple of things that you can do to keep this from happening to you. Very important, don't leave valuables in your car. Restaurants and small businesses, they're all around the downtown Las Vegas area. Knowing where to place casino chips like these and how to shuffle a deck of cards are just a couple of things students learn how to do here at CEG Dealer School. Whether you're in a parking lot or your driveway at home, keep your head on a swivel, look around, make eye contact with people, let them know that you're watching them. Metro says thieves are looking for an easy target. 9-year-old Aaliyah Velasquez was crossing this crosswalk with her brother yesterday when an SUV came speeding down the street and hit her just as she reached the midpoint of the crosswalk. You could see some of those markings on the ground that police left during their investigation.
Enzo, what's going on now?
Yeah, guys, Occupy Fremont Street just came to an abrupt end. Police came out here, grabbed the protesters, arrested them, brought them back into their cars. Right now, you also may notice the roof above Fremont Street is completely white. Usually it's neon colors and there's all different types of designs, but it looks like they've turned on the lights here on Fremont Street to get the protesters, remove them from where they were. Youth sports are back after the governor said it was okay, but players and parents have a few things they have to do before the games can begin. John, Kim, a lot has changed in the last couple of hours. I can tell you that earlier today there was a very, very big police presence. You could sort of feel the tension in the air. Now it looks like things have calmed down quite a little bit. A lot of those cars that were here earlier today have left, but Metro has not given us any indication that this has been resolved. They tell us that this started as a domestic disturbance between a man and a woman. Metro says when they got here, the man started shooting at them, so they shot back. People who live in the area say the response from Las Vegas Metro was quick and strong.
As I'm walking, more. I mean, just so many police cars, undercover cars.
Metro says at about 10 a.m. they got a call about a domestic disturbance between a man and a woman on a second-floor apartment near the 800 block of Silverado Ranch Road. When they arrived, they saw the woman.
They called to her to come down the stairs, and as they did, the male half came out the door and fired around.
Police say they immediately fired back and the suspect went back inside the apartment. The woman was taken out of the area without getting hurt.
A short time later, the male at the window of the apartment started to fire rounds again at officers. Officers again returned fire.
I'm sure there's things that's happened, but I've never seen this before, ever.
We're going to continue to monitor what's happening here. We'll have another live report tonight at 5 o'clock. This sign in front of the Nye County Office of Emergency Management says the clinic for today has been canceled. Nye County officials say they had to do it because the vaccine doses they were expecting never showed up. This is what we saw around 12 o'clock this afternoon. People lined up for a vaccine outside of the Department of Emergency Management in Pahrump and learning that something was wrong.
There's nobody here and they've got a notice saying they're canceled.
I'm thinking it's a joke. We come down to get our shots and it got canceled. We've been waiting a week for this.
No vaccines today. We pressed the Nye County Director of Emergency Management, Scott Lewis. He says canceling the clinic was out of his control.
And unfortunately, our vaccines were not able to be received this week due to storms occurring across our country.
The clinic was set up to distribute first doses of the vaccine for eligible seniors. About 400 people were supposed to be vaccinated.
It's undetermined exactly how long it'll take. We thought that maybe even as late as the end of this week we might receive the vaccine. Worst case scenario would probably be the beginning of next week.
And then more confusion. People with appointments were notified of the cancellation via email, but then we learned some got a second notification telling them they could get the vaccine.
They emailed me this morning saying come down at 1 o'clock.
Yesterday they told us it was all canceled because of the weather,
and then I just got an alert on my phone to get down here in 15 minutes.
Kathy Kobias tells us she went and knocked on the clinic's door to see if it was true, but someone told her the alert was a mistake.
He says he don't know anything about it. So I asked Mike, well, who sent the message? He goes, well, I don't know. So we're right back to where we started.
We're unsure as to what the source was. We'll be investigating to determine, make sure it was an issue within the organization, but we highly doubt that.
John, about a week ago, the construction team here at Share Downtown found a hummingbird nest inside this underground parking garage. It's about to become an apartment building. They were set to put some insulation around these pipes, but that hummingbird and her 2 small eggs put a stop to their year-long project. Moving a hummingbird nest is a very delicate process.
No, go ahead.
But construction workers are determined to save this hummingbird and her 2 eggs from harmful fumes.
She can't stay because they wouldn't make it through the process. So we're trying to relocate her so that they can live.
Never seen anything like this.
Mike and his team at Share Downtown have stopped work on this portion of the build to work on another housing unit. A birdhouse far enough away from the underground garage where insulation is scheduled this week.
The challenge is her finding it out there, but we're not moving it very far.
Breslin Builders giving them the okay to stop work on this part of the apartment, even though it's costing them time and money. Wildlife experts say once the eggs hatch, they really need mom and a lot of attention.
Baby hummingbirds need to eat every 15 minutes when they're unfeathered, and then up to every 30 minutes when they are feathered.
Mike and his team need to work quickly.
Easy, 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 easy.
If the eggs stay uncovered too long, they can get cold.
Hold it real good, dude.
When she comes back and finds the nest missing, she appears to panic. So Mike gets up higher so she can see them.
Come on, mama.
The eggs, no larger than a couple of peanut M&Ms.
There's life here. These are our first tenants here at Share Downtown. We want to keep them.
Right now, the piece of pipe that was inside the garage is now inside this birdhouse Mike and his team built today. Wildlife experts say the mother will come back even though the pipe was handled by human hands. You can see the color red in that shirt and some of the tape here. Hummingbirds are attracted to the color red. The plan is to allow the chicks to hatch and then move them back inside.
That we have been working with all of these various entities on for well over a year.
The behemoth made its way down Boulder City Parkway with spectators looking on and their jaws on the ground.
I wanted to see this thing come through. It's crazy, man. It's like huge.